Welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray, brought to you proudly by Tennessee Wildlife Resource Agency, Barton Power Sports, Sportsman's Warehouse, and Best Care Home Services.
Hey, good Saturday morning. Welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray. Once again, as we close in on our 17th anniversary show next Saturday. But this Saturday, today, is one of our special shows of the year. I know Ron puts together a lot of great interviews on Outdoors with Larry Ray, and that's, of course, Ron Wong. There's only about 1,500 Ron Wongs in the country, and all of them are at every event that I know of. So
good Saturday morning, everybody.
Yeah, there he is. There's that familiar voice coming in.
It's so nice to be here in Memphis, Tennessee, because
and a week off for you.
Yeah, and
you get a little time off.
Let's
a few
see,
days.
I've got 3 more days before I head to
Hot Springs,
Arkansas for the Forest Wood Cup, and I can't wait. I will tell you. It's such an exciting time. I really do.
You get
I get to see a lot of friends.
I'm glad you didn't say old friends. Okay, you get to see
I got old friends and new friends.
That's right.
And we'll be glad to see them all, see all of the wonderful fishing tackle people.
Oh, that's the ones he wants to say.
That will be setting up at the expo. And that, by the way, for all of you that have never been to a Forest Wood Cup
here's your chance.
Their expo, here's a chance to see all of the new stuff that came out in ICAST.
That's right.
Just 2 months ago or a month and a half ago.
Yeah.
They'll have it all on display. And it's pretty amazing, some of the stuff. I know that, you'll be able to see stuff like moon juice and moon glow colors.
Oh, I love it, Ron.
That Striking has out, the new Pro TI fishing reel and rod that
this is all in his
coming
head.
out.
He's not looking at notes at all, folks.
And I will tell you,
he's a walking miracle.
It is amazing what came out at ICAST, and you'll get to see it all at the expo here at the Forest Wood Cup in Hot Springs this coming week, and it starts Friday. Is that right, Joe?
Joe Opager is on there with us.
Correct.
Good morning, Joe, again. Thank you for joining in on this conversation as you did last year. When Kendall Joe was just born, and now his daughter is a year old, a little over a year, and we appreciate Joe. In case we run into any problems and one of these guests has a real serious question, we'll turn it over to Joe because that's his job. We're just having fun here. But,
someone's got to fact check Ron, right? But
I'm glad you said Ron. I'm glad you said Ron because I don't know who. I guess Shelby McCall, our producer, take care of me. I really want to talk to this next
She's got a full-time job.
Yeah, I really want to talk to this next young man because golly, first I got to find out, is there a red light in Point, Texas? I mean, I just got to ask him that.
There is a red light. There's one.
There's one. Does it work?
There is one.
Does it work? So
it's actually not a true red light. It just flashes red, so you have to slow down and stop.
Oh, that's Jeff Sprague, who's next in line on our guest list here from Point, Texas, and so glad to have Jeff on with us. And Jeff, I know that we've asked Mark a little bit, and we're going to check a little bit with you because I think this is your fourth Cup appearance or fifth? I can't remember.
This is my fifth.
This is your fifth.
And you've only been fishing the FLW Tour, 6 years now?
Yes, that's right.
So
that's
5 out of 6 years that he's
I think
fished.
that's a pretty good percentage, I'd
that
say.
That is, that's pretty awesome. You're my dark horse, so don't let me down. No pressure, okay?
No pressure.
Well, no pressure there. We all go to win, but if you're going to win one, Ron, this would be the one to win.
That'd be nice. Yeah, that's as Mark said. $300,000 is 3 tournaments during the year, so let's just go ahead and get it out of the way. So
and a big shiny cup.
Yeah, that's right. So Jeff, talk about it. Now we're about a week away. You're familiar with Ouachita, I'm assuming.
Yep.
Talk about what it's going to take and a little bit of what you expect to find once you get there.
I'm really excited to get to Ouachita. We've had the cup there now. I think this will be the third time.
Fourth time.
Fourth time. Well, what an amazing place to have it. It's an absolute gorgeous lake. You have mountains that disappear into the water there. Super clear water. We have some grass, standing timber. There's a few rivers that run into this thing. We've got water that's 100 foot deep or deeper. And you got flat pockets and things like that. So it fishes really, really diverse. And it's kind of it spreads guys out a little bit, which is always a good thing, because even though there's only 50 of us, the 50 that make it there, they're the 50 that are the best in the world. And, those guys, we all know what we're looking for a lot of, and that in itself is hard because when a guy really knows what they're looking for, guys dial it in quickly. So obviously we're super excited to get back there and get to it. But it's going to be a lot of factors this week.
Yes,
coming
it
up,
will.
To be honest with you, we're kind of coming off of a full moon, so we have some brim spawning that's going to be wrapping up.
Right.
We've had the lake has some grass in it, and the water has been falling.
Yes.
So the fish haven't been able to set up. And I'll tell you the biggest factor I think that we're not really anticipating that no one really might be looking at is, so it's been 100 for like a month.
Yeah, that's right. It is.
It's been mega hot here. Well, I guess about 3 days ago or 4 days ago, we got us a little cold front.
That's right.
In August and July. So we've had some 70-degree mornings down here in East Texas where I'm at. So I know up in those hills and those mountains, they're getting some high 60-degree mornings, which has really cooled that water back off. So
that's right. Yeah.
That kind of puts some things into play, like the thermocline in the lake.
Right. I was getting ready to say thermocline will move up.
Yep. But, some things are going to change. So those things are interesting, and guys that that are able to stay on top of that and dial it in quicker, we'll be able to pinpoint. I feel like maybe some areas and maybe some more fish than a guy that didn't really realize that the water had done that. Been really hot and then cool back off a little bit. So there's going to be a lot of factors, and that's what makes our sport so great.
It is
so much goes into it that people don't realize such a things like that. And
that's what Ron looks into. He goes all these technical things like that.
Now and this isn't real technical, but Jeff, you're going to be able to get around pretty quickly this year. I mean, Ouachita has got many miles of shoreline.
Oh, really?
But running that Bass Cat gives you somewhat of an advantage, doesn't it?
Ron, and I appreciate you bringing that up because you're exactly right. And I tell this, all the time because everybody compliments me on my boat about how pretty it is and how cool it is.
It is cool looking.
So I run a Bass Cat Era, and that's an Arkansas company. They're on Mountain Home there.
That's right.
And I'm telling you, the greatest decision of my career was to go and be a part of the Bass Cat family. Rick and Rick Pierce, and then you've got Kevin Short over there. Those guys have a phenomenal boat. And so that being said, like Ron just kind of mentioned, I'm able to run through this lake.
And it is a big lake.
80 miles an hour, if need be.
Oh, man.
And if I need to make long-distance runs, like if I'm going to run up to the river and then run back, I don't have to run my boat wide open. I can run it at 5,000, 4,800 RPMs and still be going 67, 70
miles an hour. That's right.
Yeah, and save lots of fuel. So that's a huge deal. When we take that stuff in consideration, I think that if guys know that, that would be another great deal for someone who's looking for a boat, to take into consideration the fuel economy that you get with having a boat like that.
Well, let me tell you something now. I got a man I go to church with. He's a little older than me, which is really amazing.
He's old.
He's got a 1998 Bass Cat. 1998 Bass Cat.
They hold together.
And he's still running that baby. And he has already picked you as a winner. I mean, that's just because you're the Bass Cat man. He was telling me at church the other night, I've already got my pick as Jeff Sprague because he's driving the Bass Cat. And I said, well, aren't you driving the Bass? He said, yeah, it's a 1998 one.
You know what? I will tell you, not only
now Joe's got something to say. We've got to let him in here now.
Yeah.
What, Joe?
Well, I want to know who this expert is. I think we need some pundits for fantasy fishing next year. He wants a job.
Yeah, I'll see if I can
put him to work.
I'll see if I can put him together again.
But not only is that Bass Cat probably the fastest bass boat on
he
the market.
He said 70 miles an hour. Did he say
80?
Did he say 80 miles
80,
an hour?
Yes.
He'll be in Little Rock before I can stop.
But you know what? It's the smoothest riding boat there is. You can hit boat wakes. And
you don't hit them, you fly over them. I mean, you're going.
It's awesome.
Well, it truly is, and and that's Ron. You make great points because people just take in consideration think that if you've got a fast boat that you have a rough ride.
No,
I'm telling you, I don't know every tournament. I don't know that I went to an FLW event this year. Any tour event we went to, including St. Clair up in Detroit,
big water,
largest body of water. And I've had someone in every single event that's been in my boat look at me and go, I cannot believe how well this boat rides. So anyone that's looking for a boat, don't ever rule a Bass Cat out. You definitely need to keep that in consideration.
Well,
and I have mine powered with a Mercury. Obviously, Mercury has that new 4-stroke coming out. It's
yeah.
We've heard a lot of really good things about it, and I've had the pleasure of seeing it, running it. And I think that everyone is going to be extremely
Jeff,
impressed with
before
that.
we have to let you go,
I got to ask him a question too. I want to ask him one
This will
little
be a quick
question.
one.
This will be a quick question. You know,
Okay.
the man loves Almond Joy. I read about. You know,
Good.
I already like him. I already like him. You know, he's a veteran, former police officer. He's a guy that down there at Lake Fork, and he loves Almond Joy. So, who could not pull for a guy like that? Okay, take it over, Ron. Hey, there you go, Jeff. That's all I got to say. Okay.
Thanks, Larry.
All right,
Jeff.
Ron.
A lot of clear water there.
Oh yeah.
And there are coves there on Lake Ouachita. Lots of stumps. How are you going to be able to look at that stuff?
You know what? To be honest with you, I've worked with a lot of different companies in my career, and the greatest part of being in the opportunity, or the place that I'm in, and having the opportunities before me that I have, is working with some of the greatest companies in the world. And Costa Sunglasses has been one of my big supporters.
That lets him see them stumps. Yeah.
Listen,
yeah.
they've got these new Silver Sunrise mirror lenses out by Costa.
Yeah, yeah. I got a pair.
It brightens it up, and in that clear water.
Yeah.
If there's a bass cruising down the bank, if there's a brim bed, if there's a stump, it lightens the water. It lightens everything about it, and it allows you to see further into that water.
Yeah.
Definitely try to get your hands on some of those. I know this week that I'll be throwing a Jean LaRue tattletale worm a lot.
I figured.
Jean LaRue.
Things like that.
Yeah.
Yep. Jean LaRue is a huge part of the bass fishing industry. And you talk about the best baits on the market. I mean, I'll throw a little 7/16 hard head with a little baby biffle bug this week and wind it through there like a little snake. You'll be surprised.
Oh man,
I'm giving it away. I mean, I'm not hiding it from you guys.
Oh no, you're not hiding it. We're running out of time. You got too much stuff here. I tell you what.
Okay,
I've got.
We'll have to have Jeff back.
Yeah, we'll get
again.
Jeff back after he wins. Okay, I've got. Did you hear that? I've got everything Jeff's got. You know, I look like Jeff when I'm walking around.
Not.
I just a 98 Bass Cat still doesn't run as good as that one he's got. Okay, all right.
They
Jeff,
run nice.
Thank you, buddy, for being with us. Good luck. Well, I don't believe in luck. You just go out and do your job, buddy, next weekend.
Hey, thank you guys very much for having me. And if anyone wants to go to that old Jean LaRue website, I know that they've got a discount at 20% off or 25% off if you use CUP 2018 as your promo code.
Cool.
You get 20 or 25% off over there.
Ron, put your phone down. We got to do a show here right now.
I'm going to get some more baits.
Thank you, buddy. We're going to take a break.
Thank you for having me, guys.
All right, good luck. And then, Joe, you hang on. Be right back, and we'll switch. And we got another one coming up. It's a pretty good fisherman, too, on Outdoors with Larry Ray.